KD Country 94 weather.
Some things are better together, like burgers and fries, movies and popcorn, and auto and home insurance. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we'll help you bundle your auto and home coverage in one policy, saving you money. And if a storm hits and both are damaged, you'll pay a single deductible. Find an agent at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Here's a look at your local weatherology forecast. Slight chance for snow today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Highs level off around 38. Winds out of the north, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 25. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. A dusting of snow today. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on KD Country 94. Right now, 34.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark location or learn more at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference. The news this hour is brought to you by Anderson Insurance Agency. They do farm, home, auto, life, and crop insurance. Stop by and see Matt and Becky, 118 North Mill in Beloit, or call them at 738-5701.
Keeping you informed, this is KD Country 94 and Z96.3 News.
Daylight savings time begins this Sunday, March the 10th, and the American Red Cross encourages everyone to test their smoke alarms as they turn their clocks forward to make sure the devices are working. Working smoke alarms cut the risk of dying in a home fire in half, as you only have about 2 minutes to get out, said Shannon Wedge, CEO of the Red Cross of South Central and Southeast Kansas. Every second counts when there's a home fire, and the sooner an alarm alerts you to a fire, the sooner you can get to a safer place. When you turn your clocks forward this weekend, test your smoke alarms too to help prevent a tragedy in your home. When turning your clocks forward this weekend, test your smoke alarms and replace the batteries if needed. Visit redcross.org/fire for more information, including an escape plan to create and practice with your family, or download the free Red Cross Emergency app by searching American Red Cross in app stores. Install smoke alarms on every level of your home, including inside and outside bedrooms and sleeping areas. Replace smoke alarms that are 10 years or older. Components such as sensors can become less sensitive over time. Follow your alarm's manufacturer instructions. Practice your 2-minute home fire escape plan. Make sure everyone in your household can get out in less than 2 minutes, the amount of time you may have to escape a burning home before it's too late. Include at least 2 ways to get out of every room, and select a meeting spot at a safe distance away from your home, such as your neighbor's home or landmark like a specific tree in your front yard where everyone can meet. Today's community calendar is brought to you by Heart Choices Pregnancy and Parenting Resource Center, offering free pregnancy tests, pregnancy counseling, and parenting classes at 16 Independence in Beloit and their satellite locations in Concordia, Osborne, and Smith Center. You can call 738-3433 for an appointment, or check them out at their website, heartchoicesbeloit.com. Beloit FFAs have a producer's nights out. They'll want you to join them for a meal, followed by a presentation covering mental health and agriculture in rural areas. That'll be Tuesday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m. at the Beloit High School. Speaker will be Will Stutterheim, a mental health counselor. RSVP by today by calling 785-620-7557. A reminder, the S&S Drug and Home Health in Beloit will be closed today, so that folks can go to the state tournament Hutchinson and cheer on the Beloit Trojan boys in their state semifinal today at 2 o'clock against Wellsville. Once again, S&S Drug and Home Health in Beloit closed today at noon. That's the news this hour. For the latest local news information, visit our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, kdcountry94.com. And don't forget to download the free KD Country 94 app on your smartphone.
Your number one source for local sports in north central Kansas. This is KD Country 94 and Z96.3 Sports.
Carly drives, blocks the ball, gets it back to Ava. Into the corner now for Linnell Gingler. She fires the three. Yes, nothing but net for Linnell Gingler. her first three of the game, and it's 18-14. Timeout, Braden Summers in Wallace County. Sharon Springs, Lady Jays up by 4. 2:18 to play first half. The Lady Wildcats will bring it across half court. No fouls coming from St. John's Tipton. Sharon Springs 58, St. John's Tipton 44, and Sharon Springs is moving on to the semifinals of the 1A Division II state tournament.
It was a solid start, but a tough finish for the St. John's Tipton Lady Blue Jays as they see their season come to a close with a loss to Sharon Springs on Thursday night in the first round of the 1A Division II state tournament. More on that game coming up momentarily. We'll recap other Thursday state basketball and a look ahead to today's state semifinals. The Beloit Trojans are in action in Class 3A boys. The Big 12 regular season wraps up this weekend in men's hoops. The women's tournament began on Thursday, and the Kansas City Chiefs have re-signed an important linebacker to their squad. It's all coming up in this sportscast on Katy Country 94 and Z96.3 The Lake. Well, as heard moments ago, the St. John's Tipton Lady Blue Jays saw their season come to a close Thursday night in the first round of the 1A Division II state tournament in Great Bend, falling to Sharon Springs 58-44. The Lady Jays played a strong first half, forcing Sharon Springs out of their full court press, taking a 20-14 lead into the locker room after two quarters. Lady Wildcats would get their offense going in the second half, though. They fought within one on a couple occasions in the third, finally took their first lead on a bucket by backup post McKenna Gibbs. Sharon Springs outscored St. John's Tipton 20-12 in the third quarter to lead 34-32 going into the final frame. In a back-and-forth fourth quarter, sophomore Jersey Benish buried a three-pointer with 3:20 left in the game to break a 41-41 tie, putting Sharon Springs up 3 and sparking an 11-0 run, extending the lead to 52-41. A Carly Brummer three-pointer with 1:08 left stopped the run, but the damage was done as Sharon Springs scored the final 6 points into the game on a 17-3 run in the 14-point win. They would outscore the Lady Jays 44-24 in the second half. 4 players scored in double figures for the Lady Wildcats, led by Aubrey Richardson with 14. Our co-athletes of the game from S&S Drug and Home Health were Gemma Stafford with 12 points, including 7 in the fourth quarter. Jalen Daly, who also added 12 with 10 in the second half, and Jersey Benish, who finished with 11, none bigger than the three-pointer that started the 11-0 run. Sharon Springs improved to 21-3. They'll play Lebo in the semis later tonight. St. John's Tipton was led by Jenna Gingler with 12 points, including 7 in the first quarter. She got the block of the game from H&R Block and Beloit. Linnell Gingler and Carly Brummer were each in double figures with 10. Linnell was named the utility player of the game from Syncon of Kansas, also the recipient of a pass from Aubrey Gingler on a fast break in the third quarter for the connection of the game from Cunningham Telephone and Cable. St. John's Tipton finished their season at 16-6 with the loss. Again, it was Sharon Springs 58, St. John's Tipton 44 in the first round of the 1A D2 state tournament. The aforementioned semifinal matchup between Sharon Springs and Lebo will be at 8 o'clock tonight. Lebo dominated their Lyon County League rival Meredith-Seam Valley 54-29 in the first round. Earlier in the day, number 8 seed Northern Valley won 49-42 over top-seeded South Haven, and defending state champion Hanover handled Buckland 57-43. Northern Valley and Hanover meet at 4 o'clock this afternoon. On the boys' side, on 182 in Great Bend, top-seeded Dighton plays number 4 Cunningham at 2, and number 2 seed Axtell meets number 6 Lebo at 6 o'clock. Our attention now shifts solely on the Beloit Trojan boys basketball team in the immediate area. The Trojans are the top seed in the 3A state tournament and dominated Topeka Hayden on Wednesday, winning 56-42 in the end to move to this afternoon's semis against number 4 seed Wellsville, which beat NCAA foe Ellsworth 48-38 in the first round. Wellsville 21-3 on the season, while Beloit comes in at 23-1. Beloit coach Ryan Eilert breaks down the Eagles squad.
They want to make it a track meet. They want to get up and down, and they want to shoot layups, and they want to shoot threes, and not a lot in between. And, you know, the thing watching film that stands out is they'll grab a defensive rebound and immediately throw it to half court, and then there might be another pass to a guy cutting in for a layup. And Wellsville wants the score to be up in the, 60s or 70s, and, Ellsworth, to give them credit, kept it in the 30s and 40s. But, we've got to make sure that we want to hit the offensive boards. But as soon as we realize that they have it, our transition D is going to be huge to getting a win, is making sure we get back, and just like we did against Hayden, making sure that they earn every bucket that they get.
Catch Beloit and Ellsworth in the 3A state semis at Hutchinson Sports Arena today at 2 o'clock. If you can't make it to the game, Wade Gershner will have the call on Katy Country 94 and KatyCountry94.com with pregame beginning at 1:40. The other 3A boys semifinal from the NCAA, number 7 seed Southeast of Saline is taking on the number 3 seed Goodland at 6 o'clock this evening. Also today in the 2A boys state tournament in Dodge City, Sacred Heart will play in the semis at a number 4 seed, taking on top seeded Linden. The Knights crushed Erie 74-35 on Thursday in the quarters, while Linden beat Conway Springs 51-38 to make it to the second round. For the rest of today's state basketball semifinal matchups, visit ncksports.com for the brackets and info. Also on the hardwood, the Big 12 women's tournament got underway in Kansas City Thursday night. Texas Tech beat Houston 74-60. Cincinnati dispatched of UCF 67-62. Play continues today. Texas Tech against number 17 Baylor at 11. TCU plays Oklahoma State at 1:30 in the early session. KU's 18-11. They begin their tournament run against 16-15 BYU at 5:30 tonight on ESPN+. And in the nightcap, West Virginia takes on Cincinnati. On the men's side of the Big 12, the regular season champion will be decided Saturday. Number 1 Houston is 27-3, 14-3 in the Big 12, and has clinched no worse than a share of the title in their first season in the conference. They look to win it outright and look for payback from a loss at Kansas earlier this season. The 14th-ranked Jayhawks are 22-8 and 10-7 going into the matchup in Houston. And Bill Self on the many things that make the Cougars a tough out.
Well, they got talent. They're well coached. They're athletic. They're tough. They got unbelievable perimeter play. They got big guys that can protect the paint and rebound. And they're a complete team. They got a nice squad. They're a team that would be one of the favorites to win it all. Of course, they'll be a 1 seed, so they're good.
KU and Houston tip off at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Pregame at 2:30 on Z96 through the Lake. Also in conference play, K-State is 17-13, 7-10 of the Big 12, hosting number 6 Iowa State, which is 24-6 and 13-4, and needs a win coupled with a Houston loss to Kansas to claim a share of the conference title. The Wildcats and Cyclones tip off at 1 o'clock on ESPN2 Saturday afternoon. For a full look at the Big 12 men's schedule for Saturday, visit Big12Sports.com. Finally in sports, after being a key part of Steve Spagnuolo's defense in his first year with the Chiefs, linebacker Drew Tranquill and the team have agreed to a new contract for him to stay in Kansas City. Tranquill set to return on a 3-year, $19 million deal with $13 million guaranteed. Tranquill started the season on the second string but had multiple stints as a starter, 8 starts in 16 games. When Nick Bolton and Willie Gay were injured, he stepped in. He finished the season with 78 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 7 tackles for loss for the Super Bowl champions. That's a look at sports on your sports leader in North Central Kansas, Katy Country 94 and Z96 through the Lake. Sportscast is brought to you by Zachry's Ace Hardware in Beloit. I'm Dusty Donis.